Call him the GOAT, king, or whatever. No one comes close to LeBron in class in modern-day basketball. But is there any NBA basketball player that's half as rich as King James? Think about that for a while. King James has long stopped taking relevance from mere achievements. I mean, here's someone that breathes basketball in all of its allegiance and is just missing the playoffs for only the fourth time in the last 19 seasons. This has not put a dent in his class, as he is the richest NBA player to grace this earth. His list of honors is endless. He has an 18-time NBA All-Star appearance under his belt. He has won the NBA 4 glorious times, and his neck is decked with 2 Olympic gold medalists. Records are shattered every time he spins or dunks on the basketball court, donning the colors of the Lakers. He has done well for himself this year, with a great milestone that no other NBA player, living, dead, or retired, has ever done. Let's look around at the incredible lifestyle of King LeBron James. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video. LeBron James has been a beast on the court this season and, even more so, has broken the bank regarding his finances. No, he's not going broke. He has just had a great year with a humongous pile of earnings. In about a year, he has earned at least $121.2 million, albeit before tax deductions and agents' fees. His total net worth has ultimately become a billionaire while still pretty much agile as a player at the peak of his career. He's still got the hoops in his blood and looks like he will continue for many more years while earning twice more than he has this year alone. According to Forbes magazine, James, at 37 years old, is worth $1 billion, and he is the first active basketball player to ever become a billionaire. Many would compare his wealth to that of Michael Jordan, but Michael didn't become a billionaire until 2014. That was like 10 years after he had retired. And his net worth improved because of his investment in the Charlotte Hornets basketball team, an investment that has actually paid off for the NBA legend. But what are the things that have helped LeBron James to hit the same milestone while he is still an active NBA player? We remember an interview that GQ had with LeBron James back in 2014, where he spoke about his aspirations regarding how he expects his finances to look. He thought hitting $1 billion in net worth was a big milestone, but he was interested in getting his businesses off the ground. If push comes to shove and he becomes $1 billion athlete, he would be excited. Yeah, well, it only took like 8 years for him to realize it. He is one to talk and do because basically what he did was maximize his business, and he got $1.2 billion in earnings before tax. We all want to earn 9 figures someday. Anyway, if you want to discover how to make a full-time income from YouTube without showing your face or recording any videos, check out our free YouTube training in the description. The training will be free only for a limited time, and there are only a few spots left, so don't miss out. Sure, his business included an active NBA career that saw him play with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Los Angeles Lakers, and Miami Heat, where he became the NBA's highest earner. He earned over $390 million in salary for his efforts at each of these clubs, and that's about 1/4 of his total net worth. On the other hand, he has earned about $900 million from endorsements and other business ventures that he has put his money in for quite some time. That's all some sweet talk, but he never had it easy growing up, did he? He was born to a teen single mother in down-to-earth Akron in Ohio. That also meant he couldn't stay with his mom and had to live with several family members, neighbors, his football coach, and a couple of friends over the years. At some point, he spent 3 years moving from one place to the other as he hit the limelight as the hottest prospect in high school basketball. At first, he was considered overjoyed, but he came through on his promise, and he signed his first endorsement deal with Nike in 2003 when he was 18 years old. Sure, there was a rush for his signature at the time, especially from Reebok, and there was Adidas, but he felt a deal with Nike was great for him. Guess what? He was right. After over 10 years of incredible success at the top of the rung of basketball, he hit a jackpot of a deal with Nike towards the end of 2015, and he started earning tens of millions of dollars per year. Much of his wealth now can also be attributed to Nike and great deals signed with brands like Walmart, PepsiCo, and AT&T. This made him the world's second highest earning athlete over the last 2 years. Breaking down his earnings from the clubs he has played with, we can see that he played 11 years with the Cleveland Cavaliers, where where he earned about $170 million. That wasn't half as good as his deal with the Miami Heat, where he earned over $64 million in 4 seasons. His best deal thus far is with the Los Angeles Lakers, where he has earned $153 million across 4 seasons and is still playing with them. That's $40 million plus earnings per year, and that's bound to rise with the onset of a new season. His basketball career is but a figment of what makes up James's billion-dollar fortune. The man is literally a living King Midas. He has always been more than an athlete. He has benefited from decades-long, well-invented plans surrounding deals that earned him equity in every single brand he has partnered with. Instead of taking a quick paycheck and forgetting about doing business with them, he gets in bed with them and opts to take a cut on the upside by the time the company grows big in share values. His controversial endorsement deal that went south with McDonald's is a great instance. Let's go back to 2015. You would have asked LeBron if he was crazy walking away from a $15 million deal over 4 years with the big bad McDonald's. I mean, it looks pretty great, only if you are not LeBron James. What did he do? He opted to sign a deal with Blaze Pizza Chain, which turns out to be one of the fastest-growing fast food brands in the United States. He remains an investor with them, and his investment is bound to turn into tens of millions of dollars in about a decade or so. James is a smart startup that has eyes for strong equity in small brands like Gymmaker, Tonal, and Lyft, another rideshare brand looking to break out in the mobility industry. Sure, these are promising and budding establishments that could bring in the big bucks someday. LeBron James is also kind of into the Hollywood scene, maybe not as much as an actor, but through his movie production outfit Spring Hill. It's not a sole proprietorship firm, by the way. He started the company along with Maverick Carter as a business partner. Spring Hill has entered into good bargains with Epic Games and Fenway Sports Group, which own the Boston Red Sox. James and his business partner got them to buy into the venture and made good on the investment that came with it, while being valued at $725 million. They made 2 productions in Space Jam 2 that earned a worldwide box office gross of about $163 million, and the amazing HBO documentary of the life of Muhammad Ali titled What's My Name? Muhammad Ali. As you probably guessed already, LeBron James is the largest shareholder, so he's basically the CEO. Others invest money in luxury cars and mansions, but LeBron has a keen eye for throwing money into luxurious businesses. James has a rough investment of about $300 million in Spring Hill as the biggest shareholder. The company was named after the apartment complex where he and his mother became stable. Spring Hill is more than just an entertainment or TV/movie production outfit. It combines 3 different companies. The first is the robot company marketing agency owned outrightly by James. Then there's the athlete platform Uninterrupted, and third is the Spring Hill Entertainment. Spring Hill's first real production after its establishment in 2007 was a biography of LeBron James himself. Remember the documentary More Than a Game, which iconically covered the story of James's journey from a high school to stardom as a young basketball player? The movie won an award for its efforts. That was the start of an incredible investment that got even bigger during the COVID-19 pandemic, when James and his business partner went all in and merged all 3 businesses together into the Spring Hill Company. They raised over $100 million from backers like Elizabeth Murdoch, the heiress to the fortune of News Corp billionaire Rupert Murdoch. Paul Watcher, LeBron's investment banker, also played a huge part in the fundraising venture for the company. The company grew in leaps and bounds as he sold about $725 billion minority stakes to a couple of investors, including the famous Fenway Sports Group, Redbird Capital Partners, Epic Games, and almighty Nike, whom he had a great relationship with as an athlete, by the way. Our expectations are that James holds at least 50% stake in the company, despite other stakeholders, which puts him firmly in control of the business. In case you are wondering, Maverick Carter is his right-hand man, running the empire while James goes about his sporting career. Now, let's talk about his investment with Fenway Sports Group. Very little is known about when he first partnered with Fenway Sports, but according to estimates, James's total investment in the group is only about $90 million. However, that's not the highlight of the deal. We know that he dreams of one day owning his own NBA team and is technically on the way toward achieving that. He already has investments in soccer, pro baseball, and hockey. Think Think about the amazing deal he got through his minority stake in English football club Merseyside's Liverpool FC back in 2011. The team has become one of the best soccer teams in Europe a decade after, and just last year, James and Maverick converted their stakes in Liverpool into part ownership with FSG. What percentage stake was he able to acquire in FSG? Only about 1%, and his investment in the group also means an investment in Fenway Park, Boston Red Sox, and Liverpool FC. With these, he also got a bit part of Roush Fenway Racing and about 80% of New England Sports Network, and later in 2022, he got in on FSG's $90 million deal with the National Hockey League's Pittsburgh Penguins. I guess that's an extra perk of getting an investment right with a prominent investment holding group like Fenway. LeBron was rich, but his network could rise significantly more the longer he stayed in business with FSG. Is he into real estate? Well, yeah. The billion status has stuck onto him for years now, and he is reputed to own at least 3 real estate assets that could very well be worth $80 million in total. He's got a massive mansion worth $10 million in his hometown Akron. James also owns an 8-bedroom property he bought for $23 million in 2017, and the property could be worth a lot more now, considering the years that have gone by. And to cap his real estate portfolio, the property is about 13,000 square feet and resides on the hilltop overseeing the beautiful environment. It's an imperial 1930s-style home that he has transformed into a mansion befitting his taste. We have been looking at most of his net worth as pre-tax only. We reckon there could be a pretty expensive lifestyle gradually chipping at his over $1 billion valuation. So imagine he spends money on his agents, managers, and layers. And then there's his family, which is bound to take a toll on his finances. But Forbes thinks that despite all these, he still has over $500 million worth of assets that we rarely hear him speak about. You can't have all that money and not go on a splurge on fantastic modern cars, and James seems to have the best of the crop out there. According to multiple sources on the internet, the total estimate of the cars he has is about $2.5 million. His fleet has 15 supercars, including a customized Rolls-Royce, a Lamborghini Aventador, a Porsche, 3 Ferraris, and 2 Maybachs. He is currently rated 3rd on the list of NBA basketball players with the coolest cars in the form of his Mercedes Maybach G650 Landaulet. A lot more can be said about the wealthy life of LeBron James, but we'd like to save some words for the audience. Do you know any piece of luxury that LeBron James enjoys that didn't make it into this video? Let us know in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.